Corner. In this episode, I'm going to tell people how I got on the set of Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. Though, I'd like to go back a little bit to the beginning, to how things really played out for me with this. I heard about Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation in 1996. And when I heard about it, I was hearing how the original cartoon show was being taken off the air. And they were searching to find another network to pick up Ninja Turtles. They really wanted to keep the Ninja Turtles going for the fans. So they kept searching and searching, and the only one that was willing to pick it up was Saban, Fox. But there was conditions. And Mirage did not like the conditions. The conditions was, one, it would be live action. No problem with that. Okay, we'll do the live action thing. But two, they wanted a female turtle. Now, Eastman and Laird never wanted there to be a female turtle for Ninja Turtles, ever. They were always against it. One of the biggest things about the Ninja Turtle history, for anyone who knows about this, is that the turtles cannot reproduce in any way, shape, or form. They are the last and only ones of their kind. When they are gone, they're gone. This is a very powerful impact that they even showed in the comic Sons of Silence from the Mirage comics, also in the 4-Kids series, where the species was dying off because the female passed away. Of course, in the series, they made it to where there was eggs and, well, the species lives on. But in the comic books, that was the end of the species. Those were the last 4 of those sea creatures walking off into the sea. And April made the pinpoint that these are the last and only 4 Ninja Turtles to ever exist. Ever. If you add a female turtle into the mix, you take that element, that deepness, that dark ending of their saga away, and give light to where a new hope could happen if something happens to the turtles. Now, a lot of people want that, but one of the things about the Ninja Turtles was that we had that. It made it so it was all more important that the guys survived their battles, that they came back to each other, because that was their life. So when Saban said female turtle, Mirage said no. But as time was pinching closer and closer, they couldn't keep saying no. And I was furious. I was angry. I was so mad that they were being pushed into this corner. I never in my life wanted to see a real deep relationship with Ninja Turtles. I never thought of having a female turtle added. I thought, oh man, they turned April into a turtle in the Archie comics. Why'd they go and do that? I was so happy that she turned back normal in the same issue. But there was just so many times where people have said female turtle, and I'm even going, At the TurtleCon 1992, which was featured a few blogs ago, during that long panel, there was a question. Somebody asked about a female turtle. Peter Laird leaned over to the mic and said no. And that was final. That was the final answer. But now, Eastman and Laird are backed into the corner. If they want the Turtles to continue, they have to agree to this TV show. On January 11th, 1997, the paperwork was signed, and Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation was a go. The female turtle was added, with the conditions that she was created at least at Mirage. So they came up with their background story and everything. But at this time, not many people knew about the background stories. Not many people realized that there was this other stuff going on. All people knew was that the new show was going to have a female turtle. This year was a big wow to a lot of us. And then Mirage started going, okay, we're going to at least keep people up to date. So they started sending us pictures right onto the Mirage website of the making of the costumes. Pictures of Bone Steel, things like that. It was just starting to pop up slowly. At this time, I ran my IRC chat room on Dialnet. A chat room that still exists, though it's very quiet. There's just a few of us who go there. But at the time, Mirage website, ninjaturtles.com, put on their letter page my email address so people can contact us to find out about the chat room. I didn't mind that at all. I like talking with other Turtle fans. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing these. And out of a blue, I got an email. Hi, I work on a set of the new Ninja Turtle TV show, and I am interested in what the fans are saying about us. What? Is this real? I'll play along. I don't always trust things that come my way when I don't have any proof behind it. And I even contacted Mirage to say, hey, do you guys know who this is? And Mirage is like, no. No, they don't really know the actors. So it was a question mark. So I start playing along. I knew things because I would talk with Mirage back and forth. And I figured, let's see what this guy knows. The biggest surprise came within a month. Larry Lamb, Leonardo's stunt double for Turtles 2 and Turtles 3, was going to my dojo to teach a kicking class. Excited as ever, I wrote an email to my mysterious friend. Hey, here's the reply to what we were just talking about. And by the way, I'm heading to my dojo right now to go train with Larry Lamb, who was a stunt double in the Ninja Turtle movies. Now, I didn't know Larry had any connection to the TV show. I raced out the door, walked in, and I walked into my dojo and there was a Q&A lesson going on. Larry's sitting there and there's all these kids on the floor. And I stand there and I start listening in and they're asking a lot of turtle questions. And he's answering as best as he can. Well, one of the kids raised their hand and said, I have a question. What is the female turtle's name? And Larry looks at the kid and replies, I don't know. And I look at him and I go, I can answer that. And he stops and looks over like, who are you? And her name's May Pei Chi. She's also known as Venus de Milo. And he's like, how did you know that? And I smiled and I go, I know. And so he talked, and during that Q&A, I learned something. I learned that Larry, sitting right there, is a stunt double on Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation as well. I finally found something that I thought for sure was going to stump my little friend on the internet. So I do my class. I had Larry sign a bunch of different turtle things that I brought for him to autograph. Got my picture taken with him. And I went home and there was an email already in my reply box. I know Larry. I just met him last week on the set of Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. Okay. Now he's got me believing. I'm in a little bit of shock going, wait a second. He's actually telling me things that it's not out there yet. Nowhere. So I keep doing email. I'm a little bit more excited. I'm talking to this guy. He is fantastic. Now, one of the things he told me, one, he told me who he was. Two, he told me he's a shy turtle and asked for me not to let the information out. Though since then, he did a booth at a convention with me where we were able to sell his picture, and he did autographs and, openly talked about who he is. So I'm going to say right now that the person who was in touch with me, his name is Mitch. And Mitch was the actor inside the Raphael actor costume. Not the stunt double costume, but he was the actual hero turtle. He was the one with the moving face. And in May 1997, he sent me a picture of him in the full costume, and also a picture of him with his head off. There's no question. The person I'm talking to is really Raphael. This is the real actor, and he is actually communicating with me. So I start emailing questions. Who's the other actors? Who's the puppeteers? Who's the stunt doubles? What's the storylines? What are you working on right now? And it was like interviews. I'm learning as much as I can, and I'm excited. I enjoyed getting all these emails. I was printing them up as they came out and just carrying them around like, wow, I'm actually getting this stuff. But because of my promise to not tell people that I was in touch with him, I wasn't spreading what I was learning around on the internet. I kept it to myself, with my family and close friends at my house knowing what was going on. It was really, really unique to be in this position, but also hard because I'm on a turtle mailing list, I'm on my chat room, and I know stuff and I can't share all the way. And then he asked to talk to me on the phone. In June 1997, he called me up and we had our first conversation. He's so nice. He is fun. He's an actual turtle fan. He was a fan of the turtles before working on the turtles. He tried out and as a stunt double, but got the job as the actor. He rides a motorcycle, but inside the show, even though Raph rides a motorcycle, it was a stunt double that did the driving on the motorcycle. They wouldn't let him do the driving, and he was disappointed about that. There was so many small little things I learned on that phone call. I was on cloud nine just knowing that I'm talking to one of the turtles. And things got better. He told me if I ever got out to Vancouver, that I'd get to visit the set of Ninja Turtles Next Mutation. Who turns that offer down? Not me. If I'm asked to go somewhere for something Ninja Turtles and it's official, legit type thing, I don't care how far away it is. I'll find a way there. So right away I start talking with my mom. My sister just happened to be in Vancouver at the time visiting a friend of hers. And we decided, instead of having her fly home, we're going to drive out there and meet up with her. We got in the car and drove cross country. We met up with my sister, stayed the night there, and then we went into downtown Vancouver and met up with Mitch. We got to talk with him at his place before going. He took us to the set, which is the video footage you saw. That day, we got to see the filming of Splinter and Dr. Queez, which was seen, and also the filming of Raph fighting Dr. Queez in the rink. We got to watch the big fight scene on the dock with the 5 turtles, Splinter, Andre, and Dr. Queez in the rink. That was fantastic. During those days, I got to talk with so many different people. I got to sit down and watch them get into their costumes. I got to go over and attack the M&Ms they had over at the candy bar. I got to actually experience what it was like. And the people on the set treated me like I was the star. They didn't realize how much I was fanning them because they were so nice. They were so amazing. These people won me over. Now, that original hatred I had for Venus de Milo was washed down the drain. Nicole Parker, the lady who plays Venus, became one of my best friends while I was on the set the second day. I hung out with each of the actors a little bit. I got to talk with Donatello. I got to talk with Raph a lot. I got to talk with Leonardo. Leonardo is hilarious. If you ask me, the casting director was wrong with the show. Really, really wrong. They really should have casted Leonardo, Gabe, the shortest guy on the full set, as Michelangelo, and put Jared, who was Michelangelo, in the Leonardo costume. I think if they did that, the show would have been a lot better. But they did great with their Don, their Raph, their Venus, their Splinter. They brought in such a wonderful crew that I didn't see how they could go wrong with the series. What I watched on the set had me so impressed. Those stunt doubles were extremely dedicated. And some of them, not just Larry, was from the third Turtle movie. So not only was I meeting people from the Next Mutation, but I was meeting people who worked on the Turtle movie. How exciting is that? And it was just such a big high. Sadly, my dad had to get back to work, and so we only had 2 days in Vancouver. But those 2 days are days that will live on in my memory forever. And it wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Mitch being an actual Turtle fan and curious what the actual fan groups out there were saying. This is one of the fantastic things about the Ninja Turtles. Every media of Turtles have always gave a feeling, a caring thought towards what the fans want out there. And because of this, we get talked to. We get looked at. And it's not just me. as I know other fans out there have done some fantastic things. And if you really, really want to start doing things to where you feel like you're getting that appreciation, start up a webpage, start up a video blog of your own, be a main poster on one of the websites. Right now, we're looking at a time where they're going to be wanting fan feedback. And some of us already know that they are getting fan feedback. So if you want to be seen, if you want to be one of those out there who's done these insanely incredible things, then get out there and follow your dreams. I have had a lot of fantastic experience. I do not take any of it for granted. I make sure the thanks goes to everyone who was involved. And for this case, it was Mitch, it was Gabe, it was Jared, it was Fiona, it was Robert, it was Nicole. I hope that everyone at some point gets a chance to do something. As a part of this, on TMNTL, I do post when there's Ninja Turtle events going on. If there's a convention and there's going to be a guest that is Ninja Turtle connected, I post it in our events and meetup section. Even if fans are not going, even if this is all the way off in Japan or New Zealand or London, I post it because you never know who's searching these forums. We have fans all around the world looking for events and a chance to touch their dream. A lot of people come to me and say, well, you're in the United States, so you get to do all this cool stuff. Oh, you know, people in England get to do something I haven't done. Meet Dave Warner. He was at London Comic Con. That's Professor Jordan Perry from Turtles 2. Events happen all around the world. And if you want to be one of those fans noticed, if you want your voice heard, then start making your voice heard. And that's the big difference. The only reason I've got the attention is not because of my collection, but because I'm very, very loud. And I'm loud in my actions, I'm loud in what I say, and I'm loud when I join a group. I go in there and I reply, I get my feedback, and because of this, I've been able to do some very insane stuff, and I hope you can too. Please, let me know what you think of these blogs. Give us video feedback, comments, or just press the buttons down there rating us. We'd like to hear what you think, so let us know. Next week on Cowabunga Corner, I have an interview with another one of the puppeteers from TMNT 3, Mr. Noel MacNeal.